A very good morning to one and all present here. Today, I am me, Manchanda, is going to have a discussion on the topic Looking Ahead Indian Economy. Our first question is, what do you understand by a K-shaped recovery? A K-shaped recovery happens when different sections of an economy recover at starkly different rates. A K-shaped recovery is a post-recession scenario in which one segment of the economy begins to climb back upward while another segment continues to suffer. GST collections, foreign exchange reserves, and power consumption, as we have analyzed in the video, were all-time high, whereas on the other hand, railway freight, passenger vehicle sales, and PMI index have shown a strong recovery, but some other parts of the economy haven't recovered quite well, like informal sector, small and medium scale sectors, as there is a 6 to 7% of negative growth rate, and the labor force is shedded that resulted in an unemployment and joblessness to a greater extent. There was a decline by 15% in the first half and 0% growth rate in the second half in the fiscal year 2021. All these are the signs of K-shaped recovery. Our second question is, how is moratorium related to the acute challenge of non-performing assets for the banking sector? A non-performing asset is a loan or advance for which the principal or interest payment remain overdue for a period of 90 days. As if we look at the and analyze in the video, NPA has increased by 13.5% in September 2021 by an estimation, and NPAs of PSUs shot up to 16.2%. As if we look at the previous increase or the growth rate of non-performing assets, it has been increasing at a certain rate in the banking sector. COVID pandemic has introduced a temporary moratorium on loans and advances were not recorded as NPAs. But when this moratorium period came to end, the ability of firms to repay their debts or the loans or the advances that they have taken, it directly depends on the growth of the economy or the recovery rate of the economy. What are the expected challenges with the domestic private investment in the next 12 to 24 months? There was some challenges that was faced by the investment sector in regard to domestic private investment. The first is it resulted in twin balance sheet problems. Companies that were over indebted or that have taken a huge debt, and the introduction of moratorium has certainly imposed debt burden on them. Companies were not able to restructure their own balance sheet, and they weren't able to resort to borrowing in order to invest. Also, the banking sector was not in the position to seek out good borrowers and lend to them, as they hesitated to take risk. The next question is, why does the interview hint that the real challenge for the financial market is not F financial year 21-22 growth figures, but financial year of 22-23 growth figures? As it was shown in the video that when we entered the pandemic, the of COVID pandemic, the growth rate was 4.2%. But when the economy will be recovered in 22-23, having that same growth rate of 4.2% is not at all acceptable by the government, as it needs to structure its budget for laying foundations for a stronger growth rate in the year 22 to 23. The continuous increase in income from import duties should be eliminated or should be lowered, and there should be reduction in the fiscal deficit from 7.5% to 6.5% by not degrading the expenditure that is posed by the government. Next question is, why is there a great disappointment over disinvestment program of the government? Disinvestment receipts have exceeded the budget targets, leading to underperformance of the economy. As we can look at the stats in the fiscal year 22 to 21, government set a disinvestment target of 2.10 lakh crores, but that was not achieved. So there was no genuine privatization policies that involving the private sector in the ownership and the operations of state-owned enterprise. Last question is to present our opinion whether India has done enough to capture the global capital that had flown out of China after the COVID 19 outbreak. In my opinion, India has not done enough to capture the global capital or to attract the foreign investments or the foreign direct investments from different foreign sources, as it need to adopt the following measures. First of all, India needs to lower its import duties to attract foreign investors and to diversify global supply chains, that so that it could be reallocated away from China and other East Asian countries. And also aligning tax administration practices along with global practices is very much crucial for accessing the foreign capital and to bring foreign funds to the Indian markets. So thank you for listening to